Hi, this is Marina from Darkstar Astrology, bringing you the new moon in March on March the 17th, and it falls at 26 degrees of Pisces, Decan 3. Now, this full moon falls on fixed star Matar in the right knee of Pegasus, and this is the very end of Pisces. So we're at the end of the winter cycle, and this new moon's energy is just about to regenerate into something new. So for this reason, it's a very unstable time where everything feels like it's in flux and we're on the verge of spring, but we're not quite there yet. Unstable weather patterns persist, and we might see our poor daffodils and crokey blanketed in snow. Well, we did have that, by the way, in London last week. So when I wrote this, it was actually just before that happened. But it all seems to have melted now. So I don't know if other areas of the globe are experiencing unusual snow in spring type weather. Now the square from the moon to Mars brings even more instability. Mercury is also slowing down to turn direct for Mercury retrograde on March the 22nd. So this may not be the best time to make any life-changing decisions or commitments. Keep all options open. The wild mood changes of this decan are bound to keep us on our toes because of fluctuating emotions. We might find it hard to keep hold of relationships at this time or stick to any project. We are apt to lash out for no apparent reason. So this decan is typical of the temperament that is often described as an artistic temperament. So interestingly, in my research, I actually found there are very few actual artists with their moon in this decan, but there are certainly those who have a finger on the pulse of what is popular in the collective. This decan is very sensitive to what its peers or the public perceive them to be. Moon in Pisces Decan 3 loves to be the subject of gossip, and they seem to lap up any attention, even if it's negative. Bad press doesn't exist as long as this person is being talked about. So at this time, we will see many prominent people feeding off drama in the collective. The moon here can be quite bratty also. Infantile rages can emerge due to unresolved childhood trauma. There is no specific meaning for the fixed star Matar, so we need to look at the constellation of Pegasus, the flying horse, to see what it could mean. Manlius, writing in the 1st century, says, "It will bring forth people endowed with a swiftness of movement and limbs alert to perform every task. Proudly mounted on its back, he will wage war from on high, horseman and soldier in one. Another will possess the ability to rob the race course of its true length, such as his speed, and make the ground vanish before him. Will know the herbs which bring aid to an animal's limbs and those which grow for the use of man." So there's swiftness in the body and mind, and also a little bit of healing ability as well. So let's look at the aspect for the new moon. It's square Mars, which delivers a huge drive to succeed and a tendency to be competitive. The sexuality is a force to be reckoned with and thrusts the subject like a rocket past all of its rivals. At this new moon, we are fiercely protective as well. So blood ties are extremely important to us and spur us on to succeed. The square brings such intense feelings and moods to a crisis point. So at this new moon, we will need to vent this great energy into some project which fuses the moon with Mars. This could manifest in a variety of ways, but the most base level would be sexual conquesting. Moon in hard aspect to Mars has a great urge to protect and defend the family, but also a need for the family to get ahead. Success and competitiveness are encouraged at this time, but we need to be careful of becoming overly pushy and placing too much pressure on our younger kids. There is no particular aspect pattern to this new moon, but the Mercury-Venus conjunction to the North Node look like a fun escape or even an elopement from the madness. Now these planets are both on Alpheratz, which is found in Andromeda, and this star is about breaking chains or possibly karmic ties. Andromeda was used as a sacrifice and chained to a rock by her father to appease Neptune's wrath. Neptune had vowed to destroy the king's lands, so symbolically this describes a leader making a personal sacrifice for the greater good. Luckily, Andromeda was rescued by Perseus, riding Pegasus, no less. Now, Pegasus and Andromeda are actually next to each other in the sky as well, so that ties in with the new moon quite nicely. Perseus and Andromeda then got married and lived happily ever after. Now, new moons tend to make us want to plant new seeds and start afresh, but we are essentially working blind, however, without the illumination of the sun's wisdom. With a new moon, we're working 100% on our instincts, so any decisions made at this time will come from habitual drives and infantile cravings, which may not be in our best interests, but we should listen to our body. So the more we tune into our guts, the more we can tell the difference between a wounded ancestor who's crying out for attention and a genuine gut feeling that is one's trusted intuition. Otherwise, discernment is needed because the guidance of the sun, the light of the truth, is missing at the new moon, and one may easily be hoodwinked. A new moon can work powerful manifestation magic because it is furthest from the earth, and this frees the imagination from material limits. Thought seeds planted at the new moon will grow, so be careful what you wish for. So I've started this thing every month where I do a new moon March healing meditation. Well, basically I give you the ingredients for it and you can kind of make it up for yourself. But it's basically making the gods work for you by immersing yourself in Pisces Decan 3 energy. So as I say every month, if your ascendant, sun or moon are in the mutable signs, Decan 3, you might find that you lose patience easily and have the urge to do something wildly impulsive at this new moon to go with this Pegasus type energy. So to enhance your intuition and good timing, try focus meditation or yoga with a Pisces Decan 3 theme. So the healing materials are the 10 of Cups, tarot card to gaze at, asparagus to eat, orchids to adorn your table, bloodstone crystal to hold, music in the key of D to listen, sandalwood, clove and eucalyptus essential oils blend in a bath. So at first glance, this new moon does not look easy at all, with some sacrifices having to be made. It also will feel volatile. So like Pegasus, we may want to reach for the stars, but the cosmic weather will just feel too blustery to set sail. Patience and deferred gratification are called for, as rash decisions may end in an embarrassing fall from grace. Trust in the justice of natural law will be a challenge, but there is a good chance that a saviour will step in at the 11th hour and rectify any mistakes. All this sounds very passive though, doesn't it? So it's not a position that proactive Mars really likes, but there will be some action just in the nick of time, kind of like bidding for an item on eBay. It's all about timing and sensing the mood of the players around you. Now, that was the post that I have on the website, but for this week, my thoughts about things. It's interesting reading this back now because it calls for all this kind of patience and holding back. And today I had a real impulse like, I want to move. I want to move. That's it. I've had enough. This is the last straw. I cannot wait 2 years to have to move. I'm in this kind of situation where I really hate where I live. It's a real shame because it's not really a bad area. It's got lots of nice parts. It's just opened a new hipster cafe that sells chai, turmeric latte and homemade cakes. And I've yet to go there with my laptop and do the old write it in the corner of a cafe thing. But I've never wanted to do that in any of the cafes around here before because they've never had the ambience that I felt like going to, but this one does. And the people that have owned it, you can see they're really like enthusiastic and really like wanting to make it a sort of hub for the area. So I don't know. I mean, it may be that this area is starting to gentrify, But then I hear on the Facebook group for my area that that one of the residents' sons got mugged at knife point by the station by a gang of youths wearing balaclavas. And the age group were between 17 and 20. But I quite honestly feel like I just want to put my house on the market right now. So reading this thing about don't make rash decisions, but I really do. And now we've got Mercury retrograde as well coming up as well. And so if I do make a rash decision, it will be now. And I'll probably get people in to value the house during a Mercury retrograde. So am I just being crazy? Am I allowing fear to get to me? Or is it my gut instincts, kind of survival instincts kicking in? I don't know. I mean, the plan is to move anyway. It's always been to move, but it would be disruptive to my daughter's education. But at the same time, when is ever a good time to move? So, I don't know. Maybe I'm asking advice from the universe. Maybe someone will help me out here. But the problem is the place I'm moving to, great schools, fantastic schools, but probably oversubscribed, and I won't get her in straight away. So I'll probably have to do some homeschooling, but I'm quite prepared to do that. I mean, I don't mind if the next 2 years, she may even do better because of homeschooling, because she'll be in a new area. She won't be distracted by disruptive friends around here, which she does have. She doesn't study as much as she could. So sorry, this is all my kind of personal problems here, but I don't know. Maybe this might be something that other people are feeling in different. It might be relevant. But the point is, this is life's problems, isn't it? Really, that if you're in the matrix and you have children and they're at school and you have to fit your life around these kind of things that people say, oh, you can't disrupt your child's education by just moving. That's really selfish. But is it? Because the reason I'm moving is because I'm worried for her safety. You know, every time, you know, you worry when she goes out. But I don't want to wrap her up in cotton wool either. And I've been reading my old teenage diaries as well, which is quite funny. And this is the same area, because I grew up here too, similar area. And we used to go out late. My parents didn't know where we were. I used to stay the night at people's houses. Admittedly, I was about 18 here, 17, 18. But how things have changed. And I never heard of anyone ever getting mugged. No one, never. We were blissfully unaware of all these things. And this is the same area, but 30 years ago. And yeah, my mother would never, never worry about me. Never. And we didn't, because there was none of this. There was no knife crime. Jesus Christ. So, I'm basically moving back in time by moving out to the countryside. That's where I want to go. So this is a sign of the times. It may be a bit of a gut reaction, but it's funny because it sort of ties in with this post, like the Moon Square Mars, it's blood ties, protectiveness, protecting the daughter. But it's also Andromeda breaking chains as well, isn't it? Or is the sacrifice, the fact that I'm going to have to sacrifice my daughter's short-term education for long-term? Because I do wonder, if I wait 2 years and the crime rates get worse here, then it could be that the prices fall here and go up where I'm moving to, because other people will be feeling the same thing. So yeah, I'm feeling really sad. I'm feeling really sad because I've grown up here all my life, and it's like, I'm going to do the flight thing. I'm going to do the flying away. It's Pegasus. Another thing as well, I know this sounds a bit of a depressing, I don't want it to be too depressing, but I've also been listening to No, I'm not going to talk about that. It's too depressing. It's actually too depressing. Cannibals in Italy. Ugh, anyway, no. But this is the thing. When you have a news feed and a series of things come up for your edification, and they're all kind of saying the same thing, is that the universe telling you something, or is it gremlins in the work trying to instill fear? Maybe I need a bloodstone crystal. Oh, that's what I was supposed to do. Read the meaning of the bloodstone crystal. So shall we read that and see if it gives us a bit of healing? Well, I actually picked this because it's associated with Pisces Decan 3, but also because blood and Mars go very well as well. So this is the one that came up that I kind of gravitated towards for healing. So let's see what it's all about. Now, I promise you, I actually didn't read this first, and that's why I like to save it for these YouTube things, because it's often uncanny. So here we go. Bloodstone is an excellent blood cleanser and a powerful healer. It is believed to have mystical and magical properties, conferring the ability to banish evil and negativity and direct spiritual energies. In ancient times, it was said to be an audible oracle, giving off sounds as a means of guidance. Wacky. It heightens the intuition and increases creativity. Now this is the one, yeah, look at this. Psychologically, bloodstone gives courage and teaches how to avoid dangerous situations by strategic withdrawal and flexibility. It encourages selfishness and idealism and aids the recognition that chaos precedes transformation. Bloodstone assists you in acting in the present moment. God. It also calms the mind, dispels confusion, and enhances the decision-making process. Shall I do it? Shall I do it? Emotionally, bloodstone helps in grounding the heart energy. It reduces irritability, aggressiveness, and impatience. Spiritually, bloodstone assists in bringing spirituality into everyday life. Okay, now healing. Yeah, obviously it cleanses the blood, detoxes the blood, detoxes the liver, and it benefits blood-rich organs and aids the circulation, and also re-energizes when mind and body are exhausted, I guess from worry as well. So, and yeah, if you find it hard to sleep, you can place it in a bowl of water beside the bed to ensure peaceful sleep. So I think I need to get myself a bloodstone. I don't happen to have one of those, so I'm going to get one. So anyway, that brings me to the end. I hope this wasn't too depressing, but maybe it's about... See, I have real hope when I look to where I'm going. Sometimes it is chaos brings transformation. And I guess this is one of the things, is like sometimes you need to be kind of shocked into making a move, because otherwise you get complacent and you think, oh, it's not that bad, is it? It's like if you're in a job as well, you think, I'm not happy here, but it's not that bad. And then something happens that makes you think, oh, that's it, no more. And once you make the leap, then you've made the leap. And what I'm worried about is that, if I do wait the 2 years, it's like I'm almost making an excuse to not do it, because maybe in 2 years' time, it won't be so bad again, but I won't have made that really big leap. And I think you have to do it sometimes, don't you? You have to do it. All right then. So brave decisions, be strategic, actually. Maybe wait until after the Mercury retrograde is finished, because that's only in April. I think it's mid-April. Yeah, it goes direct April the 15th. So we can kind of conjugate and mull over things until then, reassess things, do all the re-words, and revise. Is the decision crazy, or is it actually a survival instinct kicking in, really? All right then. Thanks for listening, and do come to the website to read the monthly horoscopes. As I said before, there is a Mercury retrograde special for all the signs, so you can read what it's going to mean for you. All right then, all the best. Bye-bye.